श्री मातीलाल सरकार,
Sir, I am going to participate in the discussion on the issue of striking down of IMDT, Illegal Migrants Determination by Tribunals Act 1983, as raised by the Honorable Member Pramod Mahajan. Sir, this act was passed by Parliament in October in the year 1983, and it was struck down in July this year by the Supreme Court in one judgment. While Honorable Member Mahajan was rejoicing at the striking down of this act, what we saw, he did not even think even only once. The act passed by Parliament, the right of the Parliament, the power of the Parliament, but it was stricken down by a judgment in the Supreme Court. As a member of the Parliament, at least he should have some respect, some honor to the act passed by the Parliament. And astonishingly, he forgot to show that honor. I am sorry, sir, to mention. Sir, what was the reason of this IMDT Act? Because the Foreigners Act was much in operation in the country. Even then, why the question of IMDT Act arose, we must go to the background why the act was passed. Sir, it reminds us of the turmoil at that time which was going on in Assam. That was the agitation in the name of removal of foreigners. And the agitation rose to such an extent that election could not be held. Electoral rolls could not be made properly. In the year 1980, among the 14 constituencies of Assam, only in 2 constituencies election could be held. In 1983, in the assembly election, there are many constituencies in Assam where only voters voted only 10% or less even. And the candidates won the seat by a vote of 5 to 6%. That is, the whole democracy was on the collapse in the state of Assam. Because of the question of removal of foreigners. Sir, I remember in the year 1983 perhaps, when there was election in Assam, and the Congress formed the government with a meager percentage of votes. Our party, morally we supported Congress at that time because it was a bold step against sovereignistic anarchism going on in Assam. And that was a bold step at that election. Whatever percentage people voted, that was not the thing at that time. But the normal, turning over to normalcy was the prime aim at that time. Sir, shall we be reminded of those dark days when Mr. Mahajan was speaking? I was thinking, whether those days we shall give it up for the past, or we shall try to remember it again and again. To me, I think the past is past. That should be our lesson. Sir, in this perspective, Assam Accord was adopted in the year 1985. Our party opposed that accord. Our party opposed Assam Accord. Our party opposed Shah Banu case. Also, what we speak, we call spade a spade. We do not do not speak anything according to opportunity. Our party never does it. So we opposed that Assam Accord because in the accord it was said that genuine voters, genuine citizens, they cannot cast vote. They have to wait for 10 years. That was the adjustment. That was the adjustment with those movers, legal or illegal, with that movers for removal of foreigners. In the name of removal of foreigners, that was the accord. We opposed it. Whatever. Sir, what is the difference between the Foreigners Act and the IMDT Act? In the Foreigners Act, a tribunal was formed for Assam. In the Foreigners Act, the Foreigners Act gives power to the executives. It gives power to the police. It gives power to the administration only. And we cannot vest draconian powers on the police alone. But in the IMDT Act, there was this provision for judicial scrutiny. Who is a foreigner, who is a citizen? How that will be determined? There should be some judicial procedure. Judicial scrutiny should be made. And IMDT provided that judicial provision, provided that judicial scope for scrutiny. That was the main point of benefit for the genuine voters, for the genuine citizens of India. IMDT helped a lot. By the figure, my previous speaker had mentioned, I do not like to re-mention. What we have seen, the figures as was scrutinized by IMDT and by Foreigners Act, we see that in the year 31st December 2002, we have seen that out of the total number alleged was 3,68,609, and actually illegal migrants that was established was only 11,306. Figure more than 3 lakhs and a half alleged, and actually found 11,000. And it is according to IMDT Act and according to Foreigners Act, Tribunal, alleged cases were 5,70,955, and actually that was declared illegal immigrants, that was 28,451. If we compare, we see that I will record more 2 to 3 minutes. We see that about 20,000 genuine voters, genuine citizens were saved. It was due to the IMDT Act, and that it was helping the genuine voters, genuine citizens. Sir, our stand is, we do not want that foreigners should stay in our country. That is the cut-off date. According to India Mujib agreement, whoever had come after that cut-off date, they should be detected, they should be deported. That is our clear-cut stand. But according to the slogan of 3 Ds, detection, deletion and deportation, the slogan of 3 Ds, harass the real and genuine voters, genuine citizens should not be harassed. They should be protected, their dignity, their honor, their right as citizens should be protected by all means. In the name of foreigners, they should not be allowed to suffer. And third is, for the detection and determination of these foreigners, judicial scrutiny, provision of judicial scrutiny should be there. Now the government has formed a group of ministers. They will make a review under which circumstances the judgment came, how far it has been judicious, or what steps have to be taken according to that judgment. It is up to the group of ministers, they will see. But my size, care should be taken that citizens are not harassed. In the name of removing foreigners, citizens should not be harassed by any means. Sir, there is a difference as drawn out by Mr. Mahajan. Immigrants and refugees. Immigrants means Muslims, largely, and refugees means Hindus, as narrated by Mr. Mahajan. As if the Muslims cannot love India, cannot love this country. They have no right to love. They have no right to show patriotism. Shall we admit this? We must remember the days Bengal was once divided in the year 1905. A century ago, Bengal was divided. Hypocrisy of Lord Curzon, we should not forget. The people from either side of Bengal fought unitedly against that hypocrisy, that conspiracy. They stirred up the whole of the India. We Indians are one. No division should make us crack. We should not forget. We fought the whole, the Indian, the citizens of the country, the people of the country fought tooth and nail against that hypocrisy, and it was fought back and it was lifted. But in the year 1947, what we saw, Punjab divided, Bengal divided. The two brave nations in the history of independence struggle. Nobody can ignore it. Nobody can forget it. Divided. What was the weapon now? Weapon is two-nation theory. And embedded in this two-nation theory is communalism. Communalism is a sharp weapon. Sharpest possible weapon is the communalism. Mr. Mahajan, my members on my right side, I should appeal. Communalism is the sharpest was possible. We could not fight it in 1947, and India was divided, and one country broke into three pieces. Into three countries we are divided. In all these three countries there is hunger, there is unemployment, there is problems of social security, and that is why people are moving hither and thither.
Mr. Sarkar, please
People,
conclude.
yes, I am. One minute, sir. People are moving from this side to that side. The main question is earning. Earning is one of the main questions. Sir, I belong to a state which is pocketed by Bangladesh. Whatever may be the laws, whatever may be the rules, but we see at dawn in the morning, poor people come with a bundle of dry fish, come with a bundle of fried rice. They loiter in the villages, hawking, begging, they laborership. We do not support it. We want that this should not occur, but it is happening. Can we be cruel to them? In our state, there were 50,000 of Chakma refugees coming from Chittagong. Bangladesh is refusing to take them back. Our former Home Minister, Mr. L.K. Advani knows it. We have represented many a time. Even now, several thousands of Chakma refugees are residing in Tripura. Can we be cruel to them? Can we return them to their residence at the gunpoint? So, sir,
Please conclude.
in the last, I like
you have taken double the time.
I like to conclude, sir.
Please.
The thing is that this problem of foreigners should be tackled soberly, should be taken judiciously. All do not come for earning. There are agents of Al-Qaeda. There are spies of ISI. That they also may take the advantage. We should be as cruel as can be against them. But care should be taken that common people do not suffer, citizens do not suffer, and judicial scrutiny is made. So I think the group of ministers will think of us in that line in times to come, and will finalize all these problems within a short time. Thank you.